Mr. Speaker, I rise today to voice support for my bill, the Raising Annual Income of Service Members by Enhancing Minimum Base Pay Act, or the RAISE Act, which would provide our junior enlisted service members a much-needed pay raise to a minimum of the equivalent of $15 an hour, or roughly $31,200 per year. As a former naval aviator and officer who represents a district that has an impact on many facets of our military and defense, I've seen firsthand just how much our nation has neglected America's secret weapon, our heroic service members. I stand here to say today that this ends. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the chart next to me, this details the monthly pay that our junior enlisted service members currently make. Starting out as an E1 with less than 2 years, you can see a monthly salary of just $1,695, or roughly $20,340 a year. It's the equivalent of about $11 an hour when you normalize it for a 40-hour work week. Let that sink in. $11 an hour for someone putting their life on the line. And it's not until they're in for a few years and have been promoted a couple times that they make the equivalent of $15 an hour, or roughly $31,000 a year. In other words, it takes serving your country for several years, signing away some of your basic rights and freedom, shaving your head, leaving home for 6 to 12 months, putting your life on the line, and going through a multitude of sacrifices for our service members to make as much as what a McDonald's worker starts at. This is embarrassing, and it's flat out wrong. And that's why we must pass the Raise Minimum Base Pay Act, or work this initiative into this year's National Defense Authorization Act, to get our service members a pay raise that they so desperately need right now. About 30% of our enlisted troops actually qualify for food stamps. Now, I won't stand here at this podium and feign support for big bills that provide small support for our troops. I won't do it. Our nation faces a recruitment and retention shortfall that we've never seen before, the steepest in over 50 years. This is a frightening concern for our nation's security, and especially when we see peer threats like the Chinese Communist Party continue to grow their military, not just in terms of headcount, but also capabilities and technologies, with their eyes fixated on a potential invasion of Taiwan and the elimination long-term of the United States. So now, yes, right now, we must get our service members a pay raise and continue to improve quality of life issues for them so that we can strengthen our military's positioning, and strengthen its recruitment and retention, and get our service members a much-needed pay raise. Mr. Speaker, any NDAA this year that fails to adequately address this issue, fails to take care of our most precious weapon system, our troops, is not a good NDAA. It's way past due to do what is right for the warfighter, and Mr. Speaker, I'm committed to do so this year.